Now let's move on to n is equal to 16. First of all, go to data analysis. We want random number generation, and we're gonna keep the sample size to sample numbers to 50, and sample size we will increase it to 16. And the mean and standard deviation will be the same, and we're gonna select the output range as A2. Let's select OK, and there we have it. Similarly, we're going to get the mean of each sample, that is x bar. The formula is =average, select data, close parenthesis, enter, and then drag it to the far right corner, and there we have it. Now what we want to do is we want to create a histogram. First of all, let's get the minimum and maximum of this range. The minimum is Ctrl Shift right arrow, close parenthesis, enter. It's 8.5, and the maximum is Ctrl Shift right arrow, Ctrl Shift right arrow, close parenthesis, and the maximum is 11.25. So our histogram of the sampling distribution, let's keep the similar range for both of the histograms, so that it's easier to compare. We're just going to delete that. What we're going to do is count ifs, and then select our criteria, which is this. Control Shift right arrow, and lock it. Comma, range is double quote, greater than, equal sign, double quote, and double quote, and the lower bound, comma, copy and paste the criteria range, comma, double quote, less than, and double quote, and upper bound, close parenthesis, and enter. Drag it down, and we have our frequencies. So let's see how the histogram turns out. Click on the double click on the columns, and you'll see that this one reduce the gap width. Reduce the gap width, and we can delete that, delete that, exit title, select on the equal sign, equal sign frequency, enter. Exit title equal sign, select label, enter. And in the plus, add data labels and go to double click on the columns, select this border solid line black, increase the width and close. So here we have the histogram. As you can see is the spread of the data has decreased and the data is more clustered around the mean now. Now let's go to let's draw 50 random samples for sample size 32. Go to data analysis, random number generation. The number of variables will be the same as 50. We'll just increase the number of random numbers, which is our sample size, and the mean and standard deviation is going to be the same. I'm going to select the output range as A2, click OK, and there we have our. Now similarly we're going to get the average mean of each of the samples. Write average, select your array, select your array, close parenthesis and enter, and then drag this cross sign to the right up to this cell, and we will get the sample mean of the 50 random sample that we drew. We're gonna copy and paste the histogram distribution, and we're just going to change this criterion here and lock it, and then we're going to copy and paste the criteria range here, and let's ensure that this is F40 and this is P40. Alright, now press enter and drag it down. So there you have it, the frequencies, and let's try to draw a histogram. Go to insert, column graph, double click on the columns, reduce the width, go to fill, border solid line, increase the width, and frequency, select frequency, delete that, double click on that, delete that. You can also click the grid lines, click on this plus line, use exit title, click on this exit title, click on this one, equal sign, select frequency, and click on this one, equal sign, select label and enter, plus data labels, and there we have the histogram. Now as you can see that there's difference between these three histograms. The first one, compared to the first one, the second and third one are more clustered around the mean, and the data is less spread around the mean. And as the sample size increased, the data became as the sample size increased, the estimated sample mean is much closer to the population mean, which we assume to be 10. It proves the theory that that you have seen in your book in figure 7.3, that as the sample size increased, the normal distribution looked more like this, which we are seeing here. So that's all for today, and thank you.